finally doing my WWE Backlash review. I've only just got back again. I've been away this weekend, so I have seen the show. I got no spoilers from it, so let's get into it. The main part of the show, obviously, is Randy versus John Cena, but we kicked off with Jacob Fatu defending his United States Championship in a fatal four-way match against Drew McIntyre, LA Knight, and Damian Priest. Now, Jacob has only just got the United States Championship at WrestleMania, so I didn't expect Jacob Fatu to lose this match. However, with it being a fatal four-way, he could have lost it without getting pinned, or I thought Solo's car would possibly cost him. Drew McIntyre ended up coming out with an injury, by the way, in this match after a salve of heaven from Damian Priest through a table. There's been no confirmation on the injuries for both Drew and now Damian Priest as well, if it's serious. One of my favourite moments in this match, as well as the whole match, was the Drew and Jacob Fatu interactions. I need to see them have a singles match, which we were, I think, going to get. Then it changed to a fatal four-way, and they absolutely stole the show straight away. This fatal four-way cooked. The crowd were loving it, and it's a really great start to a really good pay-per-view, considering there was no expectations for me for it. Drew and Jacob were going heaven and hell in the middle of the ring. LA Knight and Damian Priest were going crazy on the outside. LA Knight was a star in this match as well. People saying he can't wrestle, please shush. Damian Priest would screw Drew McIntyre out of winning the United States Championship after Drew hit a Claymore, after there was a really cool finish sequence of everybody hitting their finishes. A couple minutes before, there was Jacob Fatu hitting his moonsault. There was the BFT from LA Knight. Yeah. Then there was a Claymore after Damian Priest hit his South Heaven to LA Knight. Drew hit a Claymore to Priest. Priest would then fall on to LA Knight. Drew would thankfully stop the pin. Then Drew would have LA Knight to himself. They were having a nice little back and forth. Drew would hit a Claymore on LA Knight. 1, 2. Damian Priest pulled the referee out of the ring, screwing Drew McIntyre again. But there was shenanigans. Of course there was shenanigans. We had the debut of Jeff Cobb, a new member to the Bloodline family. He's not Samoan, but he's still a member of the Bloodline family. Solo Sikoa would have him come out. Solo looks like he's a leader again, so Solo might finally be back again, might be back in charge. Jacob Fatu would end up picking up the win by pinning LA Knight after hitting the mighty moonsault. But yeah, Jeff Cobb interfering, costing LA Knight the match. We didn't have Jacob win clean. I'm kind of surprised because Jacob beat LA Knight clean at WrestleMania. So did we need Jeff Cobb? Not really. Jacob seemed very confused by it. But at the same time, it's a cool moment. There's definitely some tensions now in the Bloodline. The Bloodline story isn't over. And I also, as I say, Bronson Reed joins this group. Oh my god. The next match was one of my favourite matches on the show. Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Now, I'm sick and tired of seeing people say, oh, Becky Hogan this, Becky Hogan that, Becky blah, blah, blah. Becky Lynch would elevate any single star that she could. She would elevate the younger talent. She has elevated Lyra Valkyria to a new level, letting Lyra take the NXT title off her at Halloween Havoc. Letting her have some mad matches with Tegan Knox, Xia Li, that little feud with Xia Li, trying to get Zoe Stark over. And now, letting Lyra Valkyria go over against her in her Women's Intercontinental Championship match. But people still want to call her Becky Hogan. Just shut up. Lyra came out all ready for this one. Now, I had predicted that maybe Bayley would cost Becky Lynch this match. I didn't think Lyra would win clean. But she did, and this was a really good match. One of the better woman matches I've seen in this year, apart from the women's triple threat match. Lyra Valkyria and Becky Lynch had brilliant chemistry. This was a fantastic back and forth match, and I was really on the edge of my seat because I was like, I don't know who's going to win this. I think Becky was going to win, but then I was like, well, maybe Lyra wins this. Becky got cut open at points. There was a great kickouts from 2 manhandle slams. Lyra kicked out of 2 manhandle slams. Becky tried to cheat by using the ropes, but the referee caught her. Now, there was a key moment with the referee. So, Becky Lynch had taken off the turnbuckle pad, and the referee got distracted. Lyra then hit the Nightwing. The referee then threw the turnbuckle pad back on the floor, and there was the shoulder, 1-2, kick out. Then Lyra would reverse, roll up, bang, pins Becky Lynch. However, at some point, Lyra got a broken nose, possibly. Becky Lynch would then hit a disarmer onto Lyra Valkyria after the match, after Lyra had retained the championship. It's a great match, and I'm interested to see. I know we're not done with this feud. I know eventually Becky is going to win the championship, but come on. Lyra winning was perfect. Lyra looked just like a star. A star has been officially born, and it's all thanks to Becky Lynch. Can Lyra Valkyria keep this momentum up? I hope so. I really do. But anyway, we moved on next to the next great match from the show. Again, another great show with some great matches. This was Dominic Mysterio's best singles match I've ever seen. Dirty Dom versus Penta Cielo Milero. This was amazing. Penta, love his entrance. I love Penta's entrance. He's got all the flair, the pyro, everything. The dance is great. His gear's amazing. Love the blue. Dominic came up with some lovely purple gear and everything looked great. This match was phenomenal. Dominic was hitting a suicide dive which turned into a DDT. He hit an oblivion. Dirty Dom hit a flipping oblivion to Penta. And I was like, oh, imagine he gets the win out of that. He didn't. And now here's what I'm going to say. Here's my controversial take. Dom should have won clean. They do not need a judgment, the interference after interference after interference after interference. Dom could have won clean, and I don't think people would have complained. The crowd were going, dirty, dirty Dom, dirty, dirty Dom. The crowd loved Dominic Mysterio. He is over as fuck right now. But anyway, Carlito came out with his apple. Finn Balor and JD McDonough came out. Finn was like, let me go get a chair. Finn, you ain't sick. We know what you're trying to do. We know you're trying to cost Dirty Dom Mysterio the championship. And it's not going to bloody work, Finn Balor. It's not going to work. Not yet. Probably will soon. But yeah, then this happened. The ref threw him out. Chad Gable, or whatever his name is, Glande Americano, did the headbutt to Penta. Dominic wins. But I just... Dom could have won clean and I don't think people would have complained. I'm happy Dom won. But look, man hit an oblivion. Dirty Dom though retains the Intercontinental Championship. And Finn Balor, you ain't sick. Even JD McDonough was looking at you suspiciously. We know what you're trying to do. Leave Dirty Dom alone. Dom's having a great run as a single star at the moment. And people were saying, oh, he should have gone back to Rhea now because Liv's gone for music. Not music, to a film. Shut up. Dominic is out there on his own. He doesn't need the help from Finn Balor, Carlito, JD McDonough. Doesn't need it anymore. Grande Americanos though, just, what are we doing? But a great match. Now next up we have Pat McAfee versus Gunther. And Michael Cole said, this is the first time ever I am going to be extremely biased on commentary. And he was. Oh, he was. And it was perfect. Gunther came out basically before the match celebrating. I'm going to be honest here, I had no expectations for this match. I had no expectations for this match to be very good. It was Gunther, Pat McAfee. I thought, okay, squash match. It wasn't a squash match. It was quite a long match, actually. But I will give credit, Pat McAfee was pretty damn good in the ring. Michael Cole was great on commentary, and I knew at one point Michael Cole would get involved in the match. I just didn't know when and what he would do. It's fair to say he did quite a lot. Pat McAfee was put into a Boston Crab, and Michael Cole would he would get off of the commentary, and he would go on going, come on Pat, you can do this Pat, come on Pat. And he would be charging Pat up, hoping Pat could get out of it. And Pat did. Pat got out quite a few submissions in this match. Now, Michael Cole also got thrown into the ring by Gunther. I was like, oh God, they're going to kill Michael Cole before the main event. Thankfully, they didn't. Pat McAfee was put into the sleeper hold. And it looked like he was going to tap out. It looked like he was going to pass out. But this fucker didn't quit. He was elbowing Gunther left and right. He was staying alive. He wasn't done. Pat was mad in this match. Gotta give a ton of respect to Pat McAfee, and so did Gunther. At the end of the match, Gunther was like, hats off to you, Pat. You shocked the world, and you did. No one thought Pat McAfee would stand any chance with Gunther. Nobody did. But he put up a valiant effort. So fair play, Pat McAfee. It wasn't a classic match. It's not going to be one that people are going to remember for years. No one's going to go, oh, do you remember the Gunther Pat McAfee match back at Backlash 2025? No one's going to reminisce about that. But for Pat McAfee, it's a great moment. It's a great moment for himself. It's a great moment for his family. It's a great moment for his friends. It's a great moment for Michael Cole as well, because Pat McAfee did that to stand up for Michael Cole, for Gunther attacking Michael Cole. Look, the story for this match was great. Like, it was better than the story of Gunther Jey Uso for the most part, until finally Gunther killed Jimmy Uso. A lot of things were like, oh, imagine Goldberg comes in and costs Gunther the match. I was going to be losing my mind in the worst way possible if Goldberg turned up. Now, we know Goldberg's having his retirement match this year, and he's probably going to be against Gunther or Braun Breaker, which Goldberg should lose, by the way. He's an old 70-year-old man or whatever. But Pat McAfee gave Gunther a cracking go, and it was a good match. There's not much more I can say about it. I was impressed. Pat impressed me. He's not bad in the ring. Gunther showing respect is also not a start of Gunther's babyface turn. I know I've seen a lot of people saying, oh my god, Gunther showing respect to Pat McAfee. Is he turning babyface? No. He's just as shocked as we are that Pat McAfee was able to go in the ring with him. Let's get on to it though. The main event, St. Louis' own Randy Orton got a mad reaction. Look, I was like, for this match, I couldn't care. Okay, I have to sit here and say, I've enjoyed the promo battle. I've enjoyed the promos from John Cena. I've enjoyed heel Cena. I've enjoyed face Randy. But I had no expectation for this match. I thought it was going to suck. They're old. It's not my fault. Boy, was I wrong though. Cena came out, black entrance. He needs to come out with like a funeral suit, like generally. It'd be fucking hilarious. But this was it. Randy Orton, John Cena, one last time. They kept saying it, so Randy is not the person to retire John Cena, even though people think that's going to be the case. I think it will be a heel Cody Rhodes. A heel Cody Rhodes. But here we go. Was it going to be a good match? They started off with sleeper holds. They started off with neck holds. They started off with choke holds. The traditional normal wrestling stuff from Randy and Cena back in the day. It was okay. Then it just picked up. Poke to the eye. Randy poked Cena in the eye. Bit of shenanigans, punching back and forth. First kind of finisher hit. Then we had an amazing moment where Cena was walking away and Randy was just pummeling back, getting him back in the ring. Chaos started to happen as the finisher fest begun. We had John Cena hit an AA, but Randy reversed it into an RKO, which was fucking sick. Cena would then go into the referee. We would get the first bit of shenanigans. I mean, the shush thing from Cena was hilarious. But it wouldn't work. It would backfire. Randy would get on the upper hand yet again, try and put him through the table. Referee would get clocked again on the outside, and he hit his head on the steel steps. I actually thought he was genuinely badly injured. And then we had more shenanigans where we got a table out. Randy put John Cena through a table, even though it's a normal match. No DQs are in this match, so yeah. And then we had the referee come down to the ring, and he got taken out by John Cena with the championship. Randy hit an RKO, bang. Referee's still down. Randy hit an RKO to multiple people in this match. Nick Aldis got one. The security got one. JJ, whatever his name is. Then, the punt kick. We were gonna get the punt kick. And then R-Truth walked in and was like, no, that's my childhood hero. Don't hurt John Cena. And Randy was like, for God's sake. And he RKO'd R-Truth. Cena would then hit Randy with the championship. Referee Chapman would slowly crawl into the ring. And that is how John Cena would retain his WWE Undisputed Championship. Not a clean win again for John Cena. I know he's a heel, but fuck me. You've beaten Randy clean before. Cena would then say to the crowd, take a look at it. This is the last real champion. And I thought, okay, here comes Cody Rhodes. Oh, no Cody Rhodes. And that was it. So my honest opinion, Backlash. Randy versus John Cena. Was it their best match? Yes, I would say it was. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then after the show, R-Truth got put through a table by John Cena. Yeah, poor old R-Truth. Got his nose in the way of the match. To John Cena, and even if they fans say you suck and you can't wrestle, and John was like, right, AA's R-Truth for the table. But the way that John Cena won the championship, the way John Cena retains the championship, R-Truth and a low blow and a title to the face. That was the Backlash review, and honestly, it's a show that over-delivered, over-exceeded my expectations, and I've loved that more. We're on the road now to Money in the Bank. Then we got Clash in Paris. We got SummerSlam. We've got Night of Champions. A possible Women's Evolution pay-per-view, although I think it might be scrapped. But we'll have to see. Thank you all for watching. Backlash was phenomenal. There was no SmackDown review because I didn't actually watch the show until 10 minutes before Backlash. But yeah, I enjoyed everything from the wrestling this weekend, and I hope to get more videos up soon. But until then, I'll see you soon. Bye for now.